Hi everyone, welcome back to Cooking with Neighbors. It is I, Jerry Ellen, and today I am doing a collaboration with my wonderful friend who I consider like a big sister to me. Her name is Debra, and you'll find her at Debra's Delicious Dishes, and I'll have the link to her channel below. We're doing a collaboration. Miss Deb got an Instant Pot for Christmas, so we were talking about a collaboration, and then we said, well, let's do an Instant Pot recipe each. The dish that we're making today, it's a French dish, and it's called chicken Provencal. So anywho, let's move over to our Instant Pot. I'm going to put it on sauté on high. Okay, my oil is heating up. So here I have 12 pieces of chicken thighs. You can use 10 to 12 pieces of chicken thighs. You can use chicken quarters, chicken legs. The recipe calls for the skin removed.
Jeez, what are you doing?
I can't reach or see in the pot. So this way you can tape in the pot, and then I can see what I'm doing.
I can see what you're doing. It's not that.
Well, I got
so on a counter. It's not high up.
Okay. Well, I got to see into the pot, so it didn't really sizzle. That wasn't very dramatic, was it? So I'm putting my chicken thighs in the pot. Just going to brown them for 2 or 3 minutes on the side.
2 or 3 minutes aside. All right.
Yep. They've been searing a little bit in the pan with some oil, as you know, and I put salt and pepper on it. That was off camera because you want to season each layer that we're putting in. Okay, so our next step is I have 2 onions that I sliced up. We're going to throw our onions in. And we're going to give that about 2-3 minutes, stirring it occasionally. I have 1 sliced up yellow pepper and 1 sliced up red pepper. You can use green, you can use whatever color you want. Just mixing that through, and I'm going to season this.
With what? Salt and pepper?
Salt and pepper. I'm going to add, if you have fresh thyme, use like 3-4 sprigs of fresh thyme. I have like a ground thyme, so I'm only using a 1/4 of a teaspoon and 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. And this is anchovy paste. I'm going to squirt that, probably about 2 teaspoons of anchovy paste. Because people might have seafood allergies, like you can tell them that there's anchovies in your dish. However, without you telling them, they'll never know. It just enhances the flavor of the sauce. So that goes in there. Now this is 1 cup of dry white wine. Okay? I'm going to put 1 cup of dry white wine, but you have to let that reduce by half. So you're going to have to let that reduce, say, for about 4 minutes, because if not, you're not burning off the alcohol, and then the sauce tastes kind of funny, and people will be like, what's that? But if you always, when you're cooking with wine, if you let it reduce a little bit and cook the alcohol out, it adds flavor, and it doesn't, it enhances flavor and it adds flavor. So, but you have to let it reduce. So we'll come back in 4 minutes when that reduces, and I'll show you the next step. So, if you have some fresh tomatoes that you enjoy eating, use like 4 large fresh tomatoes, chop them up, nice chunks, and put that in, right? However, you can use can as well, which I'm doing. You can use diced tomatoes, whole tomatoes. A 28-ounce can, 796 mils of tomatoes. And there's enough liquid. You need a cup of liquid to use your Instant Pot. For it to come to pressure, you need a cup of liquid anyway, or so. Depending on the size, you might need a little bit more than a cup. So I have more than enough liquid, as you can see, in this here pot. If I pour this here juice from the can into the pot, I'm going to have way too much liquid. So I'm just going to freeze the rest of this juice for another day. And break up my tomatoes a little bit, just so that they're kind of chopped. They'll fall apart a little bit in there too. Now after you add your tomatoes, add a tin or a jar, as little or as many as you want, of black olives, but make sure they're pitted. I'm using this kind today. I also used this kind the other day. Both are fine. Okay? It actually helps the sauce. So I'm just going to give that a mix. Okay, so now we're going to press poultry button. Okay? Mm-hmm. And if you don't have a poultry button, just press a manual high for 30 minutes. We're going to let it go for 30 minutes. You might have, some models you might have to press the start button. It's hard to do this backwards, but there we go. So I got to put that in sealing position, and then when it's done, I'm going to let it naturally release for like 10 to 13 minutes, and then I'll open the valve. I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. Okay guys, it cooked for 30 minutes under pressure. I let it naturally release for 15 minutes, open the valve, pin dropped, now we're ready to plate it. And it is so good. It creates a lot of sauce, but you can certainly use it to cook up some rice or something if you want it. You can have this with rice or mashed potatoes, cauliflower rice. Alrighty, we're going to get a little bit of the sauce, a little bit of chicken. It is fall apart tender. It is so good, guys. And the juices with the wine and the tomato and the
Olives taste really good with this.
Oh yeah, excellent. Okay, everyone, keep good heart, stay safe, God bless. See you in the next video. Bye. Oh, and don't forget, visit Debra's Delicious Dishes